Hey guys, welcome back to YP Crypto. I'm your host Chris. I'm with my co-host Ant, and we are joined by our good friend David, software developer and blockchain developer. This is the second part of our NFT episode. You guys good?
Yeah, man.
Good here. Yeah.
Good. So yeah, we first episode, just a quick recap. We went through just what NFTs are, basic non-fungible tokens, um, products that you can own that are verified on the blockchain, where that will give it the value over time. We went through like other utilities for NFTs, obviously buying and holding, earning income through playing games such as Axie Infinity. But yeah, so that was the first episode, guys. Go check it out. So the second part of this episode, and I think you're gonna grill David. It's your turn to give him a couple of questions. David, you ready for it?
I'm ready, man.
Let's do it. And I leave it to you, bro. Go ahead.
Okay. Would you recommend your parents to buy NFTs?
I think my dad probably would have slapped me and told me to get a real job.
Get a real job.
I guess no. I think.
But NFT is easy to buy. That's a good question, because is it easy to actually buy an NFT and hold one?
Yeah. Okay. They're definitely becoming. So if you're already familiar with like purchasing tokens and whatnot, then it will be a similar experience, right? So it depends on what you do. So if you want to acquire an NFT right now, like one way to do it is to try and get involved in what people call NFT drops. And what that is like when an artist or creator basically has like almost similar to like a token launch, they'll do like an NFT launch. Okay. So there will usually be like a website where you can go there and you can actually like mint one of these NFTs if they're like selling a collection of it, and you interact with the same way. So you would connect with your wallet, you would mint, and then you would basically get charged whatever the cost of the NFT is, and it will be in your wallet. It will be transferred to you.
Boy, if that NFT is built on Ethereum, you're getting charged a lot.
You might end up paying more than an NFT.
Yeah, I hear that. So you say you connect it on like a via like a MetaMask wallet or something like that?
Yeah, so basically an NFT actually is very similar to like, an Ethereum token. The only difference is like, one's fungible and one isn't, but they're sort of treated in a similar way. So like in MetaMask, they've actually got like a section where you can view your NFTs now. So just like, you'd be able to view all your tokens, you'd be able to see all your NFTs. So if you end up getting NFTs from different places, you can see them in your wallet as well. So it's a very similar experience. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, cool. My next question is there's a few people, well, probably half the people in this space probably are following the Bitcoin cycles. Would you recommend buying NFTs now, or would you recommend waiting until the next bear market to start buying NFTs? Or does it even matter?
Yeah, I think you go on, Chris.
Basically, I'm thinking about that question now, and there's NFTs it's basically, when you say non-fungible, is you're buying a piece of art or a piece of music, or like I don't know how that would necessarily have any effect on a bear market with the actual product of you're buying, like these Bored Apes, right, all these sort of stuff. But if you're buying an NFT token, like a Decentraland or an engine coin, that might have some effect in a bear market, because I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I'll probably what Chris said is more where I would probably like where I'm leaning towards the answer. So I think what I've noticed now personally is I think it's no longer becoming about bear and bull cycles, because in the last cycle it was like that, because all of these tokens, the coins were simple, they didn't really do anything, there weren't any products. It was just speculation. It was speculation. It was just supply and demand, how much you wanted them. But now the industry is sort of like becoming into different layers. On the outside, you've got that stuff where it's like price, supply and demand at face value. And then as you kind of move into these other layers, there's all these little like mini economies, NFTs, gaming and other things. So with NFTs, like art, the value is subjective. It's just what you value. So people that want to buy NFTs, they're going to think differently than, you know, people that just want to buy and hold a coin for some other reason. The way they're going to value that is going to be different, if that makes sense. So I don't think I think the cycles of the market, I don't think they're really going to affect these economies. I think these economies are going to be governed by like their own mechanisms for their markets, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think you're right. The bull and bear market will be more based on the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum, the prices of these, you know, the traditional coins, tokens, as you can say, as opposed to these ecosystems. You know, one example I'll use is Binance from the last cycle. Binance, I believe, went up to like 26, went from like, I don't know, 70 cents up to $26 or something like that in the last cycle. And when everything corrected, but because futures contracts just released on Binance, right, during the bear market, the price of Binance went up to $36 where everything was crashing. That's because that Binance ecosystem was being used by leverage traders because they're using futures contracts. And then obviously they were buying Binance coins to get discounts. So I think you're right in that sense that if the ecosystem is thriving, regardless if it's a bear market, like something like Axie Infinity, if that market is just growing and there's so many users on it, it's really hard to see that price going down or saying going from a very extended bear market in that sense. You know, you can imagine a thriving ecosystem, especially in the NFT space, price still going up over time. I don't know. That's my thought on it anyway.
Yeah, I think you just got to think about the psychology of people. Like, yeah, if things are tanking, then people will be a bit more maybe like cautious with their money. But in Axie Infinity, for example, people are making money by selling these NFTs, these little Axies. So that economy will still be thriving. You know, that I think Axie Infinity is making about 10 million a day in revenue from these things, from the sale of these things, from the transaction fees. That's insane.
These games, man. Where are these games? Who's playing these games, man? It's crazy.
Your homeland, Philippines. I think the biggest users.
My cousin messaged me the other day and asked me about it. Yeah. And I couldn't answer him. I was like, what? All these tokens, not these tokens, all on Axies, all these NFTs. You're saying that all these little mini eco economies, does that affect the total market cap?
Yeah, I think it does because, well, it depends on where you look at, because what these NFTs, especially these gaming ones, what they'll do is that they'll have like two types of tokens. Okay, so they'll have one token which is sort of used as a mechanism inside the game to do an exchange, right? So like once you're playing this game, the only way to do things and to buy stuff is to use this token, like our currency for this game. That's what they'll say, right? That's your gateway into the game, okay? Now, they'll probably have like another token, which is sort of like a governance token that has different values. So only that token actually could give you a portion of the revenue that the game generates. It can give you like voting power to basically direct the direction of the game. So and that one, you know, just serves a different purpose. That one might fall into the dynamics of, you know, the general market of like speculation and all of that stuff. But the other one probably wouldn't, because it's more focused within the economy of the game and it's based on the activity of the game too.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we need NFTs to thrive in order for the market cap to go higher.
Yeah, it's about the network, it's about the activity that keeps thriving, then that's going to push everything else up.
Okay. Where do you see NFTs in the next 10 years?
I think NFTs are going to eat a lot of things. Like I think, you know, particularly with gaming, I think it only makes sense. Any game that has like its own economy, it just makes perfect sense to have those things, those virtual items as NFTs. But the thing is, I don't think like even the big gaming companies are, I think it's on their radar, but I think it'll still take them a while before they kind of start doing stuff with it.
I'm putting my hand on like we're in class. You know what? I was just thinking about it just now. If a game like Axie Infinity, right, rewards its like you look at esports, right? And those are the best gamers in the world. They get to have the luxury to play for money, right? But you look at someone like Axie Infinity, anyone can make money from it. And I equate it to anyone being able, before banking, only a certain amount of people can get into a particular private fund or private bank. Where now with crypto DeFi, anyone can become their own bank. I kind of see the same thing going on for the NFT gaming space, where you know, you may be good at FIFA or you might be good at Call of Duty, and you're like the top 100 in the world, and you get to play in these tournaments. But now anybody, if there could be a Call of Duty game on the blockchain, which I think is Axie Infinity that type of game where you, like it's a shoot 'em up or something like that, or
No, it's like you battle each other, so it's like
okay,
a battle, yeah.
okay, so like a battling game, but I can imagine
Chris definitely doesn't play games.
No, I don't play games. I don't play no game. But you can imagine like a gaming like Call of Duty type game where you just kill each other and you get points in these, in their native token, and anyone can make money from it. And I feel like just like the big banks are missing out on DeFi, or are losing a lot of people in terms, because I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people in the crypto space have taken their money out of banks and just put it in crypto, in DeFi. I can see similar people going away from natural, traditional gaming and going into these sort of NFT gaming, passive income earning type projects and stuff. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think you're right. I think what's going to happen is I think more and more of those gaming companies are going to see these blockchain gaming making insane amounts of money, and they're going to think, hold up, like, what's going on here? Like, we need to get in on this, right? And the other thing I personally think why this thing is going to be so massive is like people are legit making money from this. I think that the developing world, places in the developing world are really going to benefit from this. Like areas like, I'm not saying like obviously Philippines is like directly this, but that's a good example of like a place where a lot of people now have access to income they never had before from playing games, and they're making good, good money doing that. We're not talking like, like your average salary or something. We're talking to six figures. Like people are doing it, which
Dave,
is
what you're saying basically, 10 years time, us three are going to be playing games, earning an income from playing games, basically.
Yeah, probably be fat as well, just
not moving,
not moving. Yeah.
No, but that's crazy. That's interesting. I think that's an amazing part, especially for gaming, for NFTs in the future, man.
There's another thing as well. There's like, it's not just that, but it's like I legit see these things as being treated as like collateral as well. And I think there's some projects right now experimenting with this where like, so it's still very new, but there's also like an area where people are looking to combining, so they call it GameFi. Yeah, it's basically the mechanics of NFTs and gaming with DeFi combined together. So you can stake your NFTs to then do something with it financially. So that's what the blockchain is allowing. You're combining these things to do crazy stuff. So yeah, a lot of crazy stuff could happen from this.
That's cool, man. And you got anything to say? You got anything to ask David before we go head out?
Could you give our viewers like just some quick tips with NFTs, as in someone, all right, I know crypto, I want to buy some NFTs, like what should I look out for? What shouldn't I look out for?
Yeah, just be careful. Like anyone that can design is attempting to make an NFT, because that's where there's a gold rush right now. People are also making tools to help these creators to make these things. So just like in the ICO days, Chris, you remember when any developer that could make an Ethereum token would just make an Ethereum token and then would like do a rug pull. So you have to be careful with things.
Get Squid Game out here.
Squid Game, yeah. So you've got to be careful. The way I would see it is, I don't know if you play games and like when you're younger, but
I just pay COD. I even pay COD now.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I actually think NFTs are like, for anyone in our generation, could kind of use your past and your childhood to your advantage. You know, with NFTs, you really just got to think. It's really simple. I know it's going to sound dead simple, but you really just have to ask yourself, is this thing cool? Yeah. Is it dope? Would other people find it dope? Can it be valuable? Like, you have to kind of take the lens of money off to look at NFTs. You have to almost think like a kid, because that's what it is now. It's like a lot of these people playing around with NFTs clearly love playing with collectibles and things like that when they were kids. So the way they're valuing these things is almost childlike. You know, how else are you going to justify a picture of a monkey for 500K? You know, that come on, like, you have to think like a kid. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do well in this space. If you're trying to think with logic, it's not going to work. So I think you actually have to, with NFTs, it's all like looking at art. You have to take your lens off and just think like a kid. Like, you know, is this thing cool? Like, will other people find it cool? You know, think like that, and I think that will probably help.
I can't wait to buy my first monkey NFT and show my dad. And be like, what is that? I'm like, that is worth $1 million, right?
So I'm definitely intrigued with the gaming side of it. Yeah, I'm going to be looking out for some NFT platforms and projects out there to see if I can just jump on it, just try it out. I guess good to just play around in this space with other stuff besides DeFi and, you know, just your Bitcoins and stuff like that. I'm sure we're going to visit this episode again, maybe in the future, maybe in a couple of weeks from now. But David, thanks for coming on, bro. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Yeah, we'll have you up on another episode in a bit. But for this particular episode, thank you so much. And guys, if you like this content, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.